Laser sights can deter threats and aid in quick target identification, enhancing your ability to protect your family, home, and country. Crimson Trace, making laser sights standard equipment. Learn more at crimsontrace.com.
Today on Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Tom's talking Second Amendment with Alan Gottlieb. Plus, it's a firearms-friendly adult coloring book from author Kimberly Call-Beacon. And great gun cleaning products from Slip 2000's Greg Connor. Call in now at 866-825-5486 or 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, here's Tom.
Hey there, Tom Gresham here. It's Gun Talk, and pay no attention to that man behind the curtain doing our voiceover to start this off because we have cleared the decks. There is news breaking as I'm speaking with you. You probably know about it. If not, I'll fill you in just a second. We have terror in America, another terrorist attack, but in this case, I am fairly certain it is domestic terrorism and not imported terrorism. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana this morning, it appears at this point that it was an ambush, that officers were lured into an ambush. 6 officers, police officers, have been shot. 3 are confirmed dead. At least 1 is in critical condition as we're speaking at this very moment. This is the town where police officers shot and killed a man, a felon, who had a gun, who resisted arrest, who tried to get to his gun while the police were trying to subdue him. And yeah, there was video of it. And yes, people don't understand what happened. And yes, from where I sit, it was probably a good shoot. When somebody's trying to kill you, even if you're on top of them and he's trying to get to his gun, you shoot him until he stops. But that's not the way it's being portrayed, of course, by the race baiters, the race hustlers, the race industry. And that's just how it is. I'm going to lay this squarely at the foot of Barack Obama, squarely at the foot of the President of the United States of America for supporting this domestic terrorism group. Officers are down. Officers are dead. What's it all mean? Let me give you just an image. Let me remind you of something. For those who say, no justice, no peace, give me an effing break. Justice is about finding the people who did stuff and holding them accountable. It's not about ambushing and murdering law officers on the street. Yeah, we pay these people nothing. And they show up. And they stand in the way. And they run toward the gunfire. And they save lives on a daily basis. And we pay them squat. And then we abuse them. And we ask them to do it again. And then we wonder why people don't want to be cops. You don't want to have cops? Sure, I can give you that picture. I can paint that picture for you. New Orleans, Hurricane Katrina. There's almost no law enforcement presence there. Pure, unadulterated anarchy. If you're bigger than someone, you can rape her. If you're stronger than someone, you can beat them to death. If you have a gun and they don't, you can kill them when there are no police around. You don't want the police? You don't like the police? That's what you get. Was it Newt Gingrich, I believe it was, that said, about 25 minutes after the police are not there, you will have anarchy. Yeah, that's about it. There is no justification for this. Did you And let me, for those who don't know, I don't live that far from where this is taking place. I drove right next to the location in Baton Rouge where this premeditated murders took place. Did you happen to see the video of the past week in Baton Rouge? Protesters, a lot of them coming in from New York, from Los Angeles, from all over. Protesters who are throwing bricks at the police, throwing sticks, throwing debris, throwing things that can hurt somebody, throwing things that can kill people. Police didn't shoot anybody. There's no video of them beating anybody. They're standing in line trying to protect everybody there, and they're being pelted with bricks from the people they're actually protecting. Flashback over to Texas. Police protecting the free speech rights of the protesters. Premeditated murder of police officers. People, we have a problem. And there will be a lot of talk, and I'm going to invite you to join me in that, about what we can do, what we should do, what's happening, what are people thinking, what should we do on a national level, what should we do on a law enforcement level. We can talk about military equipment for police. Yeah, we can talk about that. We also need to talk about what you're doing yourself. And then we could also, of course, talk about Nice, France. Don't actually need a gun to murder a lot of people, do you? You could do it with an 18-wheeler. And they say, well, no one could have stopped him. I could have. I've shot through windshields. I've shot through side windows. I've shot through back windows. I've shot through windshields from the inside of a car and from the outside of a car. Oh, yeah, but they don't have guns there. Huh? They can't protect themselves, can they? Are you trained up? Do you have the experience? Do you have the knowledge? Have you done that kind of thing? Well, it's damn sure time for you to get serious about this, because we are under attack. Our country is under attack from without and from within. Here's what I've done. About an hour ago, we called all the guests who were lined up to be on today's show, and we had some good guests lined up. And we told them, not today, because Tom's mad. Not today, because I'm pissed. Not today. This is not the day for us to talk about products or services or even Second Amendment battles, and we will return to all that. But I'm mad right now. I'm mad at our president because he set the stage, he set the tone, he enabled, he encouraged this. I'm mad at the Jesse Jacksons, the Al Sharptons, because, and look, people say, oh, you don't know what happened. There's no one with 2 brain cells in his head that doesn't know what happened here. And if it proves to be that I'm wrong, I will certainly apologize. But let me go way back. When the bomb went off in Oklahoma City and the media was going, what happened, what happened? Within 10 seconds, I said, are you serious? Do you not know what today is? It's the anniversary of Ruby Ridge. They don't know. If you're plugged in, you know what's going on. Every cop in the country knows what just happened. If you have police officers in your family, reassure them. Tell them that we're all on their side. I would ask for a prayer if you can, if that's something you do, for the families of those affected. And now here's the deal. I am going to ask for your input. Our number is 866-TALK-GUN. Just dial 1-866-TALK-GUN or Tom Talk Gun. That'll get you in here. Over on Twitter, I'm at Gun Talk. You can join me over there. A lot of ways for us to communicate about this, but I want to know, somebody asked me this morning on Twitter, was it like this? Was it worse in 1968? For those who were around then, what do you think? Does this have that same kind of feeling? We have cleared the decks. We have no guests. It's just you and me, and we're going to talk about this. 866 Talk Gun. Have you changed what you're carrying? Have you thought about it? What have you said to your families? We'll be right back with more Gun Talk.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition, and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy for unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts. Choose Sig Sauer. Visit sigsauer.com today.
Bigfoot gun belts, made with legendary leather and quality craftsmanship, are built to support the full weight of even the heaviest handgun. With a spring steel core embedded between two layers of rich English bridle leather, you'll never deal with a sagging belt ever again. Each gun belt is handmade with the blood, sweat, and beards of dedicated, skilled Pacific Northwest belt makers. Capture your gun belt for as low as $54.88 at BigfootGunBelts.com.
You spent the entire morning in a blind, waiting for your shot. Then, missed it and spooked all the big game for miles. Every hunter dreams about the one that got away, and at silencershop.com, we make dreams come true. Shooting suppressed means there's no big bang, no violent recoil, and no watching your prize get away because you couldn't get off a follow-up shot. Want a trophy mount on your wall? Put a can on your rifle from silencershop.com. Making the world a quieter place.
Hi, this is Tom Gresham from Gun Talk. America is losing critical wildlife habitat at a rate of one football field every hour. It's happening on the Louisiana coast, but it's critical to all sportsmen and conservationists. These precious wetlands provide winter habitat for more than 10 million ducks and geese annually, waterfowl that migrate north through dozens of states. Don't shrug it off. Get involved. You can help. Visit vanishingparadise.org.
Want to customize the look of your firearm and give it ultimate durability? Well, don't paint it, Cerakote it. Cerakote is a spray-on ceramic polymer coating that uses state-of-the-art technology to achieve superior abrasion resistance and corrosion protection. Field-proven and trusted by manufacturers and gun owners like you, Cerakote is the industry's unmatched performance leader. In lab testing and real-world applications, Cerakote outperforms the competition every time. See for yourself and find a local certified applicator near you at Cerakote.com. Choose the best. Choose Cerakote and finish strong.
All right, back with you. Open lines, you and me. Question for you. As you have been watching the news, not just today, but over the last weeks, months, whatever, and it's something I've talked about in the past, and you, whether you have a carry permit or not, because I have to remind myself that in a number of states you don't have to have a permit at all to carry. And so it's interesting. We try to count how many people have carry permits, but that's not really how many people can carry. The entire population of many states can carry, as long as you're not a prohibited person, can't own a gun. Have you changed what you carry? I have. I've talked about that. I was with a friend this week. There's nothing wrong with it. He carries a North American Arms mini revolver, a little 5-shot 22. Well, in some circumstances, that could be helpful, might even be enough. But honestly, I don't know. I think about situations like the attack in France. I think about situations like this assault, the murder of the police officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana this morning. And by the way, the police are on the streets right now looking for at least two suspects. It appears they may have stopped two people. A car has been put on, I'm watching right now, has been put on a trailer. They have word out of what to look for, suspects. And look, again, you may not be aware of this. The Baton Rouge police have had very, very specific threats against them. There was a pawn shop robbery this past week where guns were stolen. They caught the guys. And the guys they caught said, well, the plan was to steal the guns from the pawn shop so that we could kill police officers. That was it. This was all off of the Black Lives Matter protest. The protest of the man who was shot and killed by the police officers because, no, not because he was black, because he was trying to shoot the police officers. Well, what a concept, huh? If they tell you to stop, and they've had a report of you threatening someone with a gun, and you don't stop, they're going to get nervous. If they tell you to put your hands on the car and you don't, they're going to take action. And they put him on the ground, the goal, of course, being to handcuff him, and he's fighting to get to his gun, which is in his pocket, and he's a great big guy. You cannot let him get to his gun. But oh, no, the narrative is the police just shot this guy. Well, yeah, they did, as would probably any police officer anywhere, of any race. But that really does play into the hands of the race industry, doesn't it? If you want to make money off of this deal, in the race industry, you can show up at a place like this. You can get protesters to come in from anywhere. So Baton Rouge, and you can, through your actions, I'm speaking to you, President Barack Hussein Obama, through your actions, you can encourage others to commit murder, either from omission or commission. And I'm saying that he has. He could have put a damper on this. It goes way back. Trayvon Martin was killed while he was attempting to murder someone. And what does Barack Obama say? Well, he could have been, if I'd had a son, he'd look like this attempted murderer, this guy who tried to kill this guy. That's what you say? Not, if you don't try to murder someone, you probably aren't going to get shot in self-defense? Black Lives Matter, Barack Obama, Louis Farrakhan, the usual suspects, the guys who make millions off of this. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You got your thing. But now we're getting police officers murdered, stalked, tracked. Their families are tracked. Their families are followed. Their houses are staked out by people who openly say our goal is to murder police officers. All right, so question on the floor for you. Has any of this changed your personal behavior? Look, here's the deal. I can't, myself, individually, I can't do anything about this. I can't make it stop. I can't persuade large groups of people to change the way they behave. What can I do? What can you do? Well, we go back to what we always talk about, isn't it? It's about taking care of yourself and your family. I don't know when or where. If we knew when or where, we just wouldn't show up there, right? We just would decline the invitation if they were, if they're having a protest, probably best not to be there. Since I don't know when or where, but I kind of am getting a sense, as we all should be able to at this point, of the threat, then I'm taking action. I'm changing. I'm making sure I'm carrying a big enough gun with enough ammo to get myself out of the situation. Let's go talk to Michael. He's in Shepherd, Montana. Hey, Michael, thanks for calling.
You're welcome. Thank you.
What's up?
I am a retired fire chief. In 1968, I was a recruit fire chief. I was in Englewood, Colorado at the time. We did not have shootings there, but the problem during the Watts riots, firefighters were being shot off the back of fire trucks. They were targets. It would cause arson fires out there, and as we were going in as firefighters to protect the scenes, they were shooting us. This is different now with the police officers being targets, but I'm afraid this might be another situation that will be developing as this gets worse.
So they were doing arson. They were setting fires basically as bait to suck in firefighters, and then when the firefighters showed up, they would shoot at them?
Yes, they'd kill firefighters and kill police officers. Everybody was a target. Anybody in uniform, anybody in authority was a target.
How long have you been out of firefighting?
I retired in 2001. I've been out for 35 years. And I've come up through the ranks, but I was a rookie firefighter at that time.
So, I mean, this is going to sound nuts. How hard is it to get somebody to be a firefighter or a police officer now?
Well, firefighting has become a very prestigious job. We were one of the few, and still are, that have honor and are respected. We are starting to see bad apples come up. Firefighters have become arsonists and such, but people still trust the firefighter, and unfortunately, they don't trust the police officers.
Yeah, it's going to be harder and harder for the police departments to get people to join. It's like the Dallas police chief says, "Hey, you want to make a difference? We're taking applications. Sign up. Well, we'll put you through the academy. We'll put you in those neighborhoods. You want to make a difference in a neighborhood? You can be part of it rather than just standing around and saying, F you, F you." So there you go. Jeffrey, don't go anywhere. I'm going to get to you because I do want to talk about open carry. Interesting subject, open carry. Oh, I did hear a report this morning of a black man who was stopped in Baton Rouge on his way to a hospital, I believe it was, and had carry permit. Gave out the information. Police checked it out, sent him on his way. No harm, no foul. Nobody got shot. Nobody got all wrapped around the axle. Just kind of the way it's supposed to be, isn't it? Isn't it the way it's supposed to be? 866-TALK-GUN. How are you watching this as we're talking? What's going on? What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What's your gut reaction to all of this? I felt like somebody just punched me in the gut this morning when I saw this. I am sick of it. Sick of it. And those who encourage this or allow it or condone it. Be right back.
Sign up for our Gun Talk newsletter and join the Truth Squad at www.guntalk.com. Now, back to Gun Talk with Washington Times opinion page regular contributor Tom Gresham.
In case you just joined us, let me just fill you in. News breaking out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. An ambush. 6 police officers shot, 3 are dead. One probably, it sounds like, clinging to life in the hospital. Prayers, certainly. In the city where there have been a lot of protests over the last week or so, a lot of Black Lives Matter protests, Black Panthers, the new Black Panthers have been there, a lot of law enforcement alerts, a lot of credible threats, a pawn shop gun store broken into with guns stolen, and when they caught the people who did the break-in and stole the guns, they told the police, well, our plan was to steal guns and kill police officers. We're going to kill the cops with them. One was a 12-year-old. Others were older. What's going on? Was it Judge Janine said this morning she's afraid that killing of cops is becoming normalized within certain, and this is me, within certain segments of society? Is it becoming normal or even encouraged or even applauded to murder people in uniform? I mentioned changing what you're carrying, but let me throw this out. How about changing the seriosity, to throw out a word, of your training? Go to a place like Gunsight or Thunder Ranch or SIG Academy or Tiger McKee's Shoot Right. By the way, we're giving away a week-long classic Gunsight for 2. Crimson Trace is giving it away. You can go to guntalk.com/win to enter for a chance to get a week-long trip, all expenses, to Gunsight. Have you thought about? Well, I guess the real question is, trying to drill down to it, how serious are you anyway? Are you a sheep or a sheepdog? Are you a sheep who wants to think of himself as a sheepdog but won't actually do what it takes to get there? How serious are you? You don't have to tell me. You don't have to call in here and tell me. But I would ask you to have a little conversation with yourself and go, yeah, I've got a gun, but I know I really don't train. I know I really haven't gotten good training. I really don't practice. I don't go out once a month, at least, like I should. Why? Oh, I'm busy. Right. You're busy. That's going to really be important to tell somebody when you couldn't defend her, when you couldn't take care of your family. Oh, I was busy. My life interfered. Huh. Okay. Line 2, Jeffrey's with us out of Casper, Wyoming. Jeffrey, open carry. Talk to me.
Yeah, I've been watching the news like you have, and I just want your opinion on they're asking for the ban on open carry during the RNC and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think in order for our law enforcement to more readily identify threats, that it wouldn't be a bad idea. But I also know that as being from Wyoming, we're a right to carry state. So, the infringement on the right there is, where I'm hung up.
Well, exactly. And there is talk about, well, let's just, what are we going to do? We're going to declare martial law around the convention. Now, they do have a large area blocked off, and before you can get into this large area, you got to go through gates, you got to go through metal detectors and all that. Makes sense. Okay, got no problem with that. But to say we're going to be, no open carry outside of that? I don't know. At the same time, I'm not a fan of long gun open carry. I think it is provocative. I think it is primarily done as a way to look at me. Aren't I cool? I get to do this. There's nothing you can do about it. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo. I don't think it's a serious effort to do anything other than be provocative.
Agreed.
At the same time, open carry of handguns, I know a lot of people who do that. In an area where people are saying, and look, make no mistake, people are saying, we're going to come there and disrupt this whole deal. I do not, and I don't have an answer for you, but I do not envy law enforcement trying to keep control of this situation. I hope, and look, I appreciate the call, Jeffrey, and I think probably law enforcement in Cleveland is going to take the attitude of we're going to do the whole, the broken windows theory. We're not going to let anybody get away with anything. The moment you start this, we're going to shut it down. It's not going to be, we're not going to let it get to where there are 1,000 people behaving badly. When the first person behaves badly, you will be persuaded to change your behavior to a more socially acceptable manner. That is, we're going to arrest you, put cuffs on you, and we're going to take you to that little pen area over there where we're going to put as many of you and your friends as you want. You want to get arrested? Because some people go there wanting to be arrested. Okay, we will oblige you, but we're not going to let you take over the place. Not. Had a conversation this morning, and it was interesting. We're talking about time and a place. People, I want justice. Well, nobody wants to be approached by, nobody likes a traffic stop. Nobody likes to have the police come up and say, hey, I need to talk to you. Keep your hands, it's just, nobody likes that. But at the same time, here's the thing. And here's the real thing. Think about this. What do you think is going to happen if you push back? There are two cops there, and they're saying, keep your hands where we can see them. And you cop an attitude, and you're going to shove your hands down your pants. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think you're going to win this? Not the time, not the place. It may be that just with a conversation, the issue goes away. Maybe you're not the guy they're looking for. Or if you are, maybe you get arrested and you go to the jail, and the next day you get out and you get a lawyer and it turns out to be a bad arrest and you win. You get your justice. But you are not going to win at that time. The only way you're going to win is to just go along, get through it, however it progresses is where it's going to be, because the police are going to win. I really think some of this, and this is spiraling, I'm tracking this all the way back, okay, to the precipitating events. The police stops, people who try to steal a police officer's gun, as in Ferguson, try to kill a police officer, as in Ferguson. And then, of course, you get the false narrative of hands up, don't shoot, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, Jim, I think I have blathered on here. I think we'll probably due for a break. Tell you what, 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. I'm Tom Gresham. Be right back.
FN handguns bear the DNA of legends, of John Browning, the father of modern firearms, of the artisans and craftsmen who brought his genius to life, of the brave souls who defended our freedom on the front lines for the last 100 years, and the brave souls who defend it on the home front today. FN handguns, the DNA of legends in the palm of your hand. Ask for FN, the world's most battle-proven firearms.
If you carry a gun, you need training. Your concealed carry class was definitely not training. But time, money, and obligations keep you from spending days at a shooting school. The trusted folks at Gun Talk can help. Concealed Carry 1, our DVD featuring the VADA Group, covers what gun, what holster, how to carry, where to wear your gun, and much more. Visit shopguntalk.com. That's shopguntalk.com. Look, this really is life and death. Learn how to stay aware, how to get away, and how to fight if you must. At shopguntalk.com, you can get the 2 DVD set, including Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. No matter what gun you carry, this vital training info can save your life. Learn the draw, the stance, reloading, vital gear from Gun Talk. That's shopguntalk.com. shopguntalk.com.
As we celebrate 2 centuries in Remington country, it's humbling to think about all the ground we've covered. Since the infancy of our nation, we've journeyed with you every step of the way, helping shape the course of American history. Remington country is bigger than a place, and for the 200 years, it's been our highest honor supporting your freedoms and your way of life. To celebrate, Remington is giving away 200 guns. For a chance to win, tell us your story at 200sweepstakes.remington.com.
You like free stuff, right? You like good deals, and you want more guns, ammo, and accessories. So get all of that with the free, yes, the free smartphone app, Gun Dealio. With Gun Dealio on your phone, you'll get special offers and deals when you walk into a gun store. Plus, check it anytime for hundreds of deals and offers. Who wouldn't want that? Gun Dealio at the App Store and Google Play. GunDealio.com.
Brownells has always given you an advantage. With their huge selection of forever guaranteed gun parts, ammunition, shooting accessories, and more. And now, they're offering you the Edge. For just $49.95, Brownells Edge covers your standard shipping and any return shipping cost for 1 year. Brownells Edge members also receive discount expedited shipping and exclusive offers. Get the Edge today by visiting brownells.com/edge.
All right, back with the 866 Talk Gun. What's on your mind? How's this affecting you? What are you thinking? Pretty much open to anything at this point. Not going to put on my tinfoil hat yet. Line 4, Philip's with us out of Oklahoma. Hey, Philip, thanks for calling. Oh, Philip okay, let's go to Monty on line 3 out of North Dakota. Hey, Monty.
Yes, sir. I believe that the Obama administration has started the problem, and I think they're trying to set us up for martial law in practice.
Tell me what you're thinking. What do you mean they've started the problem?
Well, Obama hasn't been exactly silent on what he believes is harboring resentments amongst the black communities and such. And he's spoken out publicly. He's funded the Muslim Brotherhood. And I think he's actually trying to set us up for martial law. Completely.
To what end? What would be the goal of getting martial law? What's he going to do with that?
Well, is there not a possibility that if he could get martial law in, he could stay in office even? They don't follow the Constitution.
I rather doubt it. I mean, I kind of see where you are. Yeah, suspend the election. Huh, okay. I got to tell you, I think... I'm reminded of what just happened in Turkey. I don't think our military would stand for that. I don't think our law enforcement would stand for that. I don't see that happening. I see the scenario that you're describing, but I just even and I can go pretty far out on a weird limb on this. I'm not seeing that one. But look, I appreciate your thoughts on that. Let's go talk to Philip in Oklahoma. Hey, Philip, glad we got you back. What's on your mind?
Hey, Tom, how you doing? And most of all, what's on my mind is what the hell is going on in our country?
Yep.
I just all I want to do is just live free and have my rights and things like that. And good Lord, there's people shooting our good people in the streets. And that's crazy. What is going on? What are they teaching their children? I mean, I taught my children to have respect.
Yeah, and they're shooting the very people who come when you have a problem. When something goes really wrong and you call 911, these are the people who come to help you, to get the bad guys, to get you to the hospital, to whatever. It's the people in uniform who come and help you, and we're going to just murder them? What is that, Philip? I gather your son's in law enforcement?
Yes, he is. He's a U.S. Marshal. And
when you talk to him, what's he saying? What's he thinking?
He thinks it's going crazy. He got sent to California, and he's after some people, and I don't even have his phone number because nobody has his phone number. And I pray for his safety every day. He's going after fugitives.
Yep. Well, and it's dangerous work. And look, I appreciate the call. And here's the thing. You have to understand, there are monsters among us. There are evil, I mean, like true, in the truest sense of the word, evil people. People who will not just kill you, but who will hurt you, who will, I mean, they do things that I can't even talk about on the radio to people. Things that would make you throw up if you saw and heard what they do. That's who the marshals are going after. That's who our cops take care of. People who do these unspeakable things. They're the line. They're the line. So I will tell you, I'm gearing up. I am gearing up. We're going to take care of our own. What are you prepared to do? 866-TALK-GUN. All right, back with the 866-TALK-GUN. Get you in here. By the way, closed circuit heads up message to all the Gun Talk affiliates out there, some 200 plus. Top of the hour, next hour, in about an hour and 5 minutes, the Louisiana governor and others will be having a press conference. We will be carrying that. We'll be sending that to you at a feed from Gun Talk, so you'll be able to get that and run that press conference. So just a heads up for all of our affiliates out there. 866-TALK-GUN. Hughes is with us on line 3 out of Idalia, Georgia. Hughes, what are you thinking?
Hey, Tom. First of all, let me give you some kudos and some thanks. I spoke with you back in February, I believe it was, and asked the difference in the 9mm and the 45 ACP, and you set me on to the 9mm. I did my research for about 3 to 4 months, and last month I bought a used Burst of Thunder Pro, and I love it. It's a great gun. It's the carry version. It's a great gun. And while I was in the gun store, I bought a DPMS AR-15. I got so drooling so much, and I love it too. I'm not through putting the stuff on it. It was not completely put together. But anyway,
well, Hughes, you know the 3 most expensive words we ever say when we're in a gun store are "might as well."
You're right, Tom. Next Friday, I was listening to, I believe it was Rush Limbaugh, Tom, and he made a statement that he'd just gotten a message from a friend of his stating that the police shooter in Minnesota and the police shooter in Baton Rouge were both non-white. Now, I've not been able to verify that, but what in the world is going on if that's the case? It makes no sense to me.
Well, and I don't believe that's true, but of course, as we know, it shouldn't matter. If now the case in Minnesota, we're not clear on that one. That's I'm not sure what the heck happened there. We'll find out. The one in Baton Rouge is fairly clear cut. It's a case of a felon in possession of a gun who's being arrested by the police, who's resisting arrest and then making moves to try to get to his gun while he's being arrested, and they cannot subdue this huge guy, and he's about to get his hands on his gun, and so they shoot him. Because if you don't, he's going to get his hands on his gun, and he's going to shoot the police officer. Pretty simple. There's really not a black or a white or a purple or a polka dot in this deal. It just doesn't matter what the color is of the person who's trying to kill you. I don't think. I've thought about this a lot. I don't think that really matters. Thanks, Hugh. I appreciate that. Hi. Randy, line 2, Nevada. Good question. Holsters. Talk to me.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, I was just had a question about holsters that have flaps and conceal the gun completely so that someone wouldn't know there's actually a gun in it, as opposed to, say, a quick draw holster worn down low where it's open, you can actually see the gun in the holster.
Right. All right, let me jump in on that. It depends on the state, the way the laws are written. For instance, in my state of Louisiana, even if the gun is partially concealed inside the waistband, but if it sticks out where you can see it, it looks like a gun, it's not considered concealed. That's not the case in all states. You got to check your regs. I would not want a holster with a flap, period, parade, rest, because you're not going to get to the gun in a hurry, and the reason you have it there is so that you can use it to save a life, yours or somebody else's. Check into your regs in your state what open carry is. There's a website called opencarry.org. You can always ask information there. Again, I am not a huge fan of open carry. I think you give away advantage with it. I think it's tactically unsound, okay? And when we come back, we'll take your calls, and also we'll find out what else is going on in Baton Rouge. 866-TALK-GUN.